Good morning students, how are you? I hope you all are fit and fine. So in the last video we have completed exercise 9.2 and today in this video we are going to start exercise 9.3. Basically in this exercise we are going to learn about bar graph. We will be learning how to observe bar graph and answer the given questions. So students, before moving on to the exercise, let me explain you a little bit about bar graph. So a graph which is made up of bars, bar of uniform width. Uniform width means equal width. The width of the breadth of the width of the bar will be same for your graph, and there will be equal spacing between each bar. These two important things you have to always remember, students. Bars will be of same width and there will be equal spacing between each bar. Okay, now students, exercise 9.3 question number 1. A bar graph is given to you. So that bar graph I have drawn on the board. First let me explain you about bar graph, then we will see the question. You can see two arrows are given, students. So this arrow, okay, this vertical arrow is known as x-axis. It is known as y-axis. This is known as y-axis, and here this is known as x-axis. Okay students, so this horizontal line is known as x-axis and this vertical line is known as y-axis. Every bar graph has these two axes, x-axis and y-axis. Understood students? This two axis shows title of your graph. You can see here x-axis is denoting years here, 1998, 1999, 2000, 2001, 2002. And the second title for y-axis is wheat in 1000 tons. It is given in your textbook. Okay, that means here the quantity of wheat is showing and it is in 1000 tons. That means 5000 tons, 10,000 tons, 15,000 tons, 20, 25 and 30,000 tons. Got it students? Like this we read the bar graph. Then you can see I have drawn it without using scale and all. So my bars are of different width. But in your textbook the proper graph is drawn. You can see each bar is of uniform width, same width, and the spacing also given in your textbook. It will be equal for each of the bars. So students, like this we draw a bar graph. It has x-axis, y-axis and the titles. Then the equal spacing is there between each bar, and now you will have to choose the scale, students. Okay, you can see when you will use your bar graph copy, you can see that the bar graph page has such small square boxes. I'll take one box from this to explain you. Okay, I am taking one box from that bar graph copy. That one box, in between it will have a dark line which will be denoting fifth point or fifth unit. Then here 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit, 4 unit means 4 lines. This will be the fifth line. In the same manner 6, 7, 8, 9 and again the 10th point. So one box is of 1 centimeters and 10 millimeters lines are given to you. Okay, so this is the scale of your one box. Now students, here suppose in the beginning of one box I have written 0, then I have left the box and then I have written 5, then again on the top of the another box 10, then on the top of another box 15 as given in your textbook. Like this we make the bar graph, students. Now when I will explain you the question, then it will be more clear to you. But for now, just remember this, that when we will be drawing the bar graphs, first we will be drawing x-axis and y-axis, then we have to give the title, and according to the titles we have to write the values on x-axis and y-axis. Then the most important thing, here you can see it is written 1 unit length equals to 5000 tons. This is the scale, students. We have studied pictograph also. There also the scale we have taken, isn't it? One picture represents this much animals, or one picture represents this much students. In the same manner for bar graph also we have to choose the scale. So here my scale is that one box. Okay, I told you na, in your graph copy square boxes are given. So one square box we take as 1 unit. So 1 unit is showing how many tons? 5000 tons. So students will start from 0. 0 to 5 means 5000 tons. Okay, then again the another box, it will show 10,000 tons. Like this will be going on. So this is the scale. Again, this is the must. While you draw the bar graph, you should write the scale. Okay students, now we can see the exercise. Exercise 9.3 question number 1. Bar graph given below shows the amount of wheat purchased by government during the year 1998 to 2002. Okay, so this information is given in the bar graph that the purchases made by the government for wheat between year 98 to 2002 are given. Then 1 unit length equals to 5000 tons. Okay, fine. Then read the bar graph and write down your observations. In which year was the wheat production maximum, the wheat production minimum? That means we have to give the maximum wheat production, the year in which there was maximum wheat production and minimum wheat production. Okay, let us first observe the bar graph now. You can see, students, or you tell me, this is year 1998. In year 1998, how much wheat was purchased? The bar is going up to 15. So that means, yeah, so 1998 goes up to 15, isn't it? So it means that the government has purchased 15,000 tons wheat in the year 1998. Got it, students? In the year 1999, it is going near 25. So we can say that the government has purchased 25,000 tons wheat in the year 1999. Okay, then here you can see the bar is in between 20 and 25. That means we can assume that the government has purchased 23,000 tons of wheat in the year 2000. Likewise for 2000, for 2001 again it is in between, so we can take the near about value. For 2002 we can see directly it is going to 30. So we can say that in 2002 the government purchased 30,000 tons of wheat. Like this we observe our bar graph. Okay, students, now tell me which bar is the highest. By seeing only we can tell in which year the production was maximum. You can see 2002 the bar is the highest and it is showing 30,000 tons. That means, here I will write the answer, point number A, 1998. In year 1998 the wheat, in the year not 1998, it is 2002. No? In the year 2002 the maximum wheat was purchased. Okay, maximum quantity of wheat was purchased. Then students, in which year the minimum wheat was purchased, minimum quantity of wheat? You can see 15,000 tons. Here the bar is smallest. So that means for year 1998 the wheat production was the quantity of wheat purchased was minimum. So here I can write it as 1998. You are going to write it in full. Okay. The maximum wheat purchased was for year 2002. The minimum quantity of wheat purchased was for year 1998. So students, only this two are your answers. This is already given in your textbook. To explain you clearly, I have drawn this bar graph. Now students, while you will write the solution for this exercise, no need to draw the graphs. Okay, for question you can simply write exercise 9.3 question number 1, point A question you will write and its answer, then point B question you will write and its answer. No need of drawing the no need of drawing the bar graph. And this you have to write it in your bar graph notebook. Okay, one more thing. I think I have informed you already in the live class also that we have to purchase one bar graph notebook for exercise 9.3 and 9.4. So you will be purchasing a graph notebook and there you are going to write exercise 9.3 and 9.4, students. Okay, so this was the first question from exercise 9.3. Now let us quickly see question number 2. So students, question number 2. Observe this bar graph which is showing the sale of shirts in a ready-made shop from Monday to Sunday. Now answer the following questions. Okay, first let us observe the bar graph, then we will see. Students, one thing, what information is given or what information we will get through this bar graph? It is already given in your in the first line of the question. You can see it is showing the sale of shirts in a ready-made shop from Monday to Sunday. Now let us see. So what is x-axis showing in your bar graph? It is showing number of shirts sold. Then what is y-axis showing? It is showing days. Okay, you have to look into the bar graph, into your textbook. You have to see the bar graph. Okay, according to that only we are going to answer the question. So students, the x-axis is showing number of shirts sold, the y-axis is showing days. Now you are going to tell me on Monday how much shirts were sold. What is the number of shirts sold on Monday? You can see Monday the graph is going up to 15. That means 15 shirts were sold on Monday. Then you can see for Tuesday 10 shirts, for Wednesday 20, for Thursday 35, for Friday 50, and for Saturday 60. So we can easily observe the bar graph like this. You will see what is given in x-axis and y-axis, and accordingly you can give the answer. What is the scale, student? At the top of the graph it is given 1 unit length is equals to 5 shirts. Understood? Now let us answer the first question, point A. What information does the above bar graph give? Just now I asked you what information we are getting from the bar graph, and I told you the answer is given in the first line of the question. It is given that the bar graph is showing the sale of shirts in a ready-made shop from Monday to Sunday. Okay, see what answer I have written for this. The given bar graph represents the number of shirts sold from Monday to Saturday. I hope the answer is clear to you. Okay, question number 2 or point number B, students. What is the scale chosen on the horizontal line representing number of shirts? So I told you horizontal line means it is talking about y-axis. So y-axis, what is the scale chosen here? Again it is given in your question that 1 unit length is equals to 5 shirts. So simply I have written point B, 1 unit length is equals to 5 shirts. Point C, on which day were the maximum number of shirts sold, or how many shirts were sold on that day? So you can see in your textbook which graph is the longest. It is for Saturday and it is indicating 60, isn't it? So I have written Saturday 60 shirts. Understood? Then point number D, on which day were the minimum number of shirts sold? Now you will see, or you will look for the smallest graph. So smallest bar. So we can see Tuesday. So I have written Tuesday only 10 shirts were sold. Point number E, how many shirts were sold on Thursday? So go to Thursday and see where the bar is going. It is going up to 35. So we have written Thursday is equals to 35 shirts. So it is very simple. Just observe the bar graph, understand the bar graph, and according to that you are going to answer the questions. So this was question number 2. Now let us see the next question, question number 3, students. So observe this bar graph. Okay, one more question was there na. A, B, C, D, E. Yeah, sorry. I got confused. Okay, only up to E point, and we have done. Now let us start the question number 3. Observe this bar graph which shows the marks obtained by Aziz in half-yearly examination in different subjects and answer the given questions. First, let us observe the graph. What y-axis is, what x-axis is showing, students? It is showing subjects. 5 subjects are there: Hindi, English, Mathematics, Science, Social Science. Then what y-axis is representing? Y-axis is representing marks here. Okay, and what is the scale chosen here for marks, students? You can see after 0 it is 10, then 20, then 30. That means 1 unit length is showing 10 marks. Got it? Then point number A. What information does the bar graph give? Again, the first line of the question indicates the information. So here we can say the graph is representing the marks obtained by Aziz in half-yearly examinations in different subjects. Okay, point number B. Name the subject in which Aziz scored maximum marks. How to see? See the bar which is the longest. We can see for Hindi the bar is longest. So we can say that Aziz has scored maximum marks in Hindi. Point number C. Name the subject in which he has scored minimum marks. So now you will look for the bar which is the smallest. Smallest bar is for social studies. So we can say that Aziz has scored minimum marks in social studies. Then point number D. State the name of the subjects and marks obtained in each of them. Hindi, you will see each subject and you will see where the bar is going. Okay. For Hindi, 80. For English, 60. For Maths, 70. For Science, 50. For Social Studies, 40. Understood, students? So here I have already written the answers. Whatever I have explained you, that is written here. Point A. The given bar graph represent the marks obtained by Aziz in half-yearly examinations in different subjects. Then in Hindi he has scored the maximum marks. In Social Studies he has scored the minimum marks. Then 18 Hindi, 16 English, 17 Maths, 15 Science and 14 Social Studies. So students, only 3 questions were there in exercise 9.3 that we have completed. Now that's all for today, students. In the next class we are going to start exercise 9.4 and there we will be drawing the bar graph ourselves. Thank you.